Hi, this is KB, and this is the moon phase report for Aries for the new moon that's coming up on September 5th at 13 degrees Virgo. Okay, so you guys, let's see what's going on. Okay, so this one is going to be something where you're kind of even like grounding some of the healing or spiritual beliefs in your life. This can be something where you're like, there's been, when you think about it too, like Aries is the farthest from Pisces, which is kind of our spiritual connection and all things metaphysical and of the mystery. So Aries is at the opposite of that. So right now there is something that's like healing within you that's kind of open more to the magic. It is kind of funny now that I think about it. I don't really have any Aries friends at all, but that I can think of. And even like when I do charts, I guess I get Aries here and there, but it is a sign that more like isn't so necessarily down with the spiritual arena. So if that is you, then now is really going to be a big time where you're kind of just like opening more to things, opening more to healing. Definitely this is a big time to work on healing some wounds that are keeping you more disconnected from enjoying this life and not just being like, gotta do my work, like, not, Aries too can be a sign that isn't having their head up as much, noticing things. More like, I gotta take care of this, gotta take care of this, gotta do this, gotta do this. Energy directed into these areas. So for sure this can be where you're like, you know what, I need to slow down more. I need to allow more time for meditation. I need to allow more time just for me. I need to make even like more like ceremonial space, make time to really like sit there and light candles and get crystals and, really kind of connect to this other way of living life that, is really being brought in and was really, well, I don't know why I just heard 1987, but I guess that was a really big like time when it was ushered into people's awareness or more of a groundedness to the spiritual aspects. So this can also be a time where if there's anything health-wise that has been bothering you or you haven't been able to figure something out, this can be something too, like I don't even know why I just heard that. I guess I should name it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, so there could be something health-wise that actually kind of began in childhood, and it could be something that you've not wanted to face or deal with, or you just kind of thought you could go on moving through life and not confront this and not understand what healing needs to take place. And probably around these days this is coming to you and you're like, it's kind of like too when you think about, when you're dieting or like, you need to go on a diet, you need to go on a diet, you need to, but you're like, I don't want to work out, I don't want to do this stuff. And then, every so often you reach those points where you're like, oh my gosh, I am totally stoked to start working out. And when you have that like total passion behind it. So this could be something now where like you're seeing this thing that probably started in childhood that you've continued doing, and haven't really saw it being a problem, but now you really are. Like maybe even something with like things are showing up health-wise where before you didn't notice something. And I just heard teeth, so I don't know what that means for you, but maybe something noticing with your teeth, and but something that's like really kind of feeling like, I know what I need to tackle now, I know what I need to take care of, I'm going to start making these steps to bring about healing in regard to this thing that's kind of childhood related. Also something that is something depth related, like where it's just been buried under all this other stuff, so you've just kind of been going on with life and not hi Mooney. Hi, my baby. but not really like having the passion to like really like move forward and do something about this. And like now you're going to be like, I know what this is, I can face it, I'm going to like take care of this, I'm going to turn this around. So there's a big healing aspect like that for you. And something too about this is going to connect you more to spirit. So it's essential that you're either doing that on your own, or it will bring that about anyway. So you more like something with your connection to spirit is going to help you move through this thing that is not working and that is keeping you unhealthy, or keeping you, it can even be keeping you disconnected from your healing abilities, you know, because that's something too. I know like with healers, their true power, you know, comes about when they've actually really healed themselves, or they really are, like I think it's kind of thing with like channelers and people who are readers too. It's like they can only give you the information of what they are vibrating. So because we're coming from such a world of deny things, just bury them, don't talk about them, keep them under wraps, put on a front and be like, it's all good, I'm okay, da da da. You know, people who haven't really done the work can't do as much work on another person. So this too can, like, if you are a healer or a body worker, this is something that by facing this thing that you're not wanting to look at, that was childhood related, violation, it could even be violation related, something that, you know, and I was thinking too, like maybe you adapted to this other way of being from this violation, because that's the only way you could deal with it, or something like that. And now you're just going to be like, you're just going to see it like with a spotlight on it, and you're going to know that this is what you have to do, and you're going to feel good about doing it. But it can really just change so much in your life, and one of the biggest ones is really bringing you closer to having a spiritual connection to source, so that you just like feel more safe in this world, you know, and feel more like you can handle this stuff. Maybe it's something like that, where it's something where this stimuli would happen and you would always race to do this other thing to escape from dealing with it, and now it's just all on the table. And you know, it makes it makes sense anyway, because this is like one of the biggest like healing times we have right now, where it's really like it's easier to face our stuff. And now that you know about this thing where our past, we don't have to hold on to this anymore. You can really start over, you know. And you know, it'll take some courage to kind of look at this and face it, but if you don't, you know, you're not going to have as many gateways that are this open. I mean, with the sun and moon opposing Chiron, it's like, let's go, you know. So it's kind of like all set up. That almost scared me, because there's nobody ever out here. But that's weird that it scared me. I was like, oh, like I'm on a inner city street in the middle of the night. That was the scare I had, which is kind of extreme for being in such a peaceful place of solitude. But anyway, so everything's kind of set up for this to really be easier for you. So if you can just be like gung-ho about it, and like I said, think about those times when you like want to start working out but you don't have the passion, and then when you do have the passion and you just want to like work out all night, you know, and then you're so sore that you can't work out for another week, and then you mess it up. But think about, you know, think of that energy, that momentum that's like, I can do this, I want to do this, I can do this. And that's what you're being filled up with. And really kind of use it, because you won't always have this gateway opening. And right now it's like it's something buried, it needs to be transformed, it involves healing, and it will kind of, you know, ripple out into your life. And you'll see, like, you know, I even thought of like alcoholism, you know, something like that, where you just work through this, and then you're like, and you go through the healing, and you're like, you wouldn't go back to that old way for anything, you know, because what happens is you tend to have like a connect more spiritually. I just got out of bed too, so my words aren't coming. But it will connect you more to your spiritual essence. It'll make you lighter. because it is, like I do know with alcohol, it's really toxic, you know, and you'll see that if you ever do give it up, if that is what's going on here. But yeah, anything escape is having a spotlight on it. Everything wound related, everything that you've been burying, not wanting to see, and everything that causes you to escape, everything that makes you go, whenever this thing happens, I'm going to run to this other thing, whether it's, you know, it could be sex, it could be relationships, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be anything like that, it could be eating. So it's something like that, and you know what this is. The root of it is more buried. You have to go deeper for that, but you know what this is. And I give you full-on faith to confront it and tackle it, and you will not regret it for a minute, and it'll just change your life in so many ways you won't even believe. And since you do have the Pluto in the 10th house, it would be wise to do this. Okay, so alright, I think we're going to stop with that. It's part of your destiny too, though. So it's even more important. That's why I thought if you're a body worker or something like that, or something where you're leading by example, even like if a teacher, you know, something where you're like, there's people counting on you. There's people, you know, it could even be, gosh, that's beautiful. People watch you. People look up to you. People respect you. And by you changing this, you will give them the freedom to change it within themselves. So think about that too, that you're leading by example. There's people who are watching you, and you could actually change other people's lives by you doing the work and changing this stuff. Alright? You have a beautiful, wait, we need to do affirmations. I am healing my body. I am healing my addictions. I am purifying my body. I am purifying my life. I am starting over. There is a way. I am open to seeing what I need to heal. I am open to seeing what I need to heal. I am open to seeing what I need to heal. Do that one a lot, and just like let it come, because that's how you can move it. That's how I move a lot of things. I just say that I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Bring me the opportunities to do this. Bring me the opportunities to see this. So, full-on healing for you right now, love. Okay, cool. So you have a beautiful new moon, and I will see you in 2 weeks with the full moon in Pisces. So with that one, we're going to go even further into the escape things that you've been doing that are keeping you from actually living as fully as you can. So look at this as a process. And then in a couple weeks, really full on just letting it go, just being like, no more. You know, it's so fun to start over anyway, and you know that, you're Aries. So, all right, cool. All right, so have a beautiful new moon.